Julian Wilson and Taj Burrow are entering a critical stage in the 2013 ASP World Championship Tour of Surfing. Wilson, currently ranked 11th, is competing at the Billabong Pro Tahiti and is looking to build on his 5th place finish at the last contest in Bali.
It's a challenge for me. My best result here in the past was a 9th, and I really want to make the quarters or better.
Groundbreaking tour veteran Burrow, ranked number 5, is also in Tahiti trying to improve on previous year's results at the famous left-hander.
This is my 16th year on tour, and I've only missed one event in my whole career. I just love it, you know, like I don't want to miss an event. I love just being there and being involved.
With only 3 weeks to go before heading to Trestles, California for the 7th stop on the ASP World Tour, the Hurley Pro, both surfers are relishing the challenge that the infamous break at Chopu has to offer. Julian Wilson is at the legendary break of Chopu competing in the Billabong Pro Tahiti. A strong showing in the opening rounds puts Wilson in a good position at an event he has struggled with in the past.
I love coming to Tahiti and I love the challenge that it brings. It's not the strongest event for me throughout the year, but over the years it's becoming a lot more comfortable for me and I'm getting a lot more used to the wave.
It's Julian Wilson coming from deep in the barrel, out onto the open face.
I feel good, like I've just been building momentum. Like that one I needed to go really big. And I was able to put a good heat total on the board and put up a fight.
Wilson is staying with two-time world champion Mick Fanning during the contest. Living in close quarters with someone of Fanning's experience provides a priceless assist to Wilson as he develops his surfing at Chopu.
I do have the opportunity to watch what he does, you know, through the events, and I obviously look to the way that he surfs the wave and how he is getting the results out here. This wave out here is all about confidence and positioning, so yeah, it felt good to get some pretty good scores and just get comfortable with it again.
This promising start to the event is a good sign for Wilson, who had a disappointing first half of the 2013 season with a run of 13th place finishes.
Just at the start of this year, I might have got ahead of myself a little bit and my expectations were really high and I put a lot of pressure on myself, and I also tried traveling on my own for a few events there and it just wasn't working out. I wasn't having fun, I wasn't making the right decisions in heats and I got stuck in a little bit of a rut and I got really frustrated.
Julian surfed a good heat, but I think he's going to lose this one.
I was like, my year's not going to go this way, like it's got to stop here, and I was really that was the bottom, and I just kind of reevaluated the year and start traveling with my girlfriend and just get like that positive energy around the events again.
Wilson's fortunes started to turn at the Oakley Pro Bali, where he displayed a marked rise in performance on his way to a respectable 5th place finish.
That's the Julian Wilson that we were looking to see.
Yeah, that's better. I was able to go to Bali and make some better decisions and felt like I was back in contention to win an event again.
Taj Burrow is also competing at Tahiti and in his round 1 heat manages to get off to a promising start.
A beautiful wave there, continues out the back with Taj Burrow stalling. He packs it behind the curtain. He comes out with the spin.
Burrow holds the lead for most of the heat until Matt Wilkinson's 8-point ride in the closing moments forces Burrow to surf in elimination round 2 against Danger Wildcardy and Walsh. Despite the smaller conditions favoring Burrow's style of surfing, it's Walsh who gets off to the best start, putting the pressure on Burrow, who seems out of sync with the waves.
His lead's going up big time. More pressure on Taj Burrow now.
You need to score and he hasn't got quite long to go. Maybe mentally this event's got him a little bit, but geez, surfing good enough. Once he gets a wave, he's surfing really, really good.
With the clock ticking down, Burrow takes off on a wave needing a score to avoid elimination at this early stage of the contest.
Oh, he snapped his board!
He went too big and broke his board.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that is really
that was the wave.
crucial.
Wow, this is a heat, nothing goes your way, but he's made it like that. He's made some silly decisions.
With the ocean not offering any more waves, Walsh pulls off a massive upset and Burrow is eliminated.
Wow. Chopes take you down.
On paper, you go, okay, 1 to 2 foot crumbly Chopu. You got to think Taj has the advantage.
No, Taj is definitely, in this type of conditions, without a doubt, one of my favorite, if not my favorite, backhand surfers in the world. So I'm psyched to actually just to get a chance to surf with him, and I'm honored to even be in the event.
Having been knocked out of the event early, Burrow is heading back to Sydney, Australia to regroup before the next World Tour event, the Hurley Pro.
I was kind of in shock in smaller rippable chopes. That's kind of my conditions, not to sound like a wanker, but I should have won really in my eyes. I didn't have the rhythm at all. Just look forward to the next event, and every event you go in you can win, so there's light at the end of the tunnel, you know, there's going to be another event next, so looking forward to that.
In Tahiti, the final day of competition at the Billabong Pro has arrived, and with it, Wilson's girlfriend Ashley to lend her support.
My girlfriend just got in this morning at like 5 o'clock. We've never been to Tahiti before, and raced straight out here and made it for my heat. It was pretty cool. Makes things a lot easier on the road and a lot less stress.
I've noticed that he's a lot more relaxed when I'm around and his friends around. And I used to get a little bit nervous because I didn't want to distract him too much, but I think it's almost a good thing, taking his mind off everything and, you know, competing and trying really hard, but at the same time enjoying where he's going and having someone that can share the beautiful locations. And I think it makes it more enjoyable for him too.
Wilson's good form at the contest continues, and in round 5, he is pitted against Chopu legend CJ Hobgood.
At this point in the draw, I mean, it's strictly business.
Hobgood gets off to a blistering start, putting Wilson in combination within the first 10 minutes.
CJ Hobgood definitely has the magic factor. Look how amazing that wave was. He was so deep.
Here we go. Julian Wilson drops in. Nice tight barrel. He's going to come out nice after the spit.
However, Wilson displays a maturity and composure beyond his years and manages to fight back with 2 high scores, leaving Hobgood one last chance to get the score.
CJ Hobgood is up again. He is so deep, and he's not going to make it through that one.
This win against a Chopu veteran is a big step for Wilson as he develops his confidence at the event.
He's one of the best guys ever out there, and he knows the wave so well, and so to beat him, I was pretty excited about that.
In the quarterfinals, Wilson is unable to find an answer to Kai Otten's big scores in a slow heat.
Yeah, this is a one-sided affair right now. Kai Otten definitely looking really, really comfortable on that West Peak.
However, this 5th place finish equals his best result of the year.
For this event, making the quarters is almost, for me, like making a finals at this point in my career. There's still a lot of events left in the year, and things are back on track, and I definitely don't feel like I'm stuck in that rut anymore. I feel like I've kind of learnt my lesson and I've got myself out of it, and you know, I'm liking the results that I'm getting now, and I'm moving in the right direction through this second half of the year.
In Bondi Beach, Taj Burrow is making a visit to the offices of Stab magazine to see close friend Sam McIntosh, who founded the publication 5 years ago.
He's always been really closely aligned to the mag. There's been so many things what he's been a part of with the magazine that we're really proud of. We used to get all the time, oh, Taj and Stab, Taj and Stab, which would have been kind of cool, but he didn't.
What is your title these days, besides Australia's big wave surfer?
Oh, righto. Where'd you get in Tahiti again?
Oh, wow. Shit, I should have knew not to take you on when I'm a bit jet lagged and you're so sharp. I got last, mate.
At least you had a good holiday over there. I can't actually even remember how you've gone this year, but every time I look at the ratings, you're always like 5th. No matter what your result is, you always end up being 5th
yeah,
or 4th or 5th.
It's true, huh? I got last and didn't even move. Stayed in 5th.
Perfect.
So yeah, I guess they've locked me in there for the year.
The thing about Taj is he gets some good results and he kind of relaxes and then it just falls off. He can't be one of those guys who gets out in front and keeps leading.
I actually started the year and my goal was to be consistent because I'm so hot and cold, as you know. No 25th or 13th, but then I just got 25th in Tahiti, so I broke that roll.
Then when you see your name in the heat draw and you have like an easier heat or one you'd regard as being easy, they're just too hard to watch. Because the easy heats you just usually butcher.
Yeah, sure, I do, I know.
Like if you have a hard heat, then you go way better.
Yeah, for sure.
With the grilling session between old friends out of the way, talk turns to the upcoming World Tour event at Trestles.
How are you feeling about lowers?
Lowers is a weird one for me because I almost get too excited because I want to just rip the bag out of it, but I think about it a lot. Trestles is one I really, really want to win because I've had 2 seconds there.
I think now he's not on anyone's radar at Lois. Everyone's sort of so hot for Dane Reynolds and Kelly and John that these are the kind of years he could win it because all the eyes aren't on you. That's when someone like him wants to try to prove their relevance and try to beat those really hard guys. He's just so paranoid of being sort of irrelevant. He just watches everyone's web clips and he's just so in tune with what people are doing. And so I think that's how he keeps himself relevant. I think that's more important to him than winning.
I think every surfer's greatest fear is becoming irrelevant, and it's kind of a weird feeling to fade out. But yeah, I don't want to do that just yet. You know, I want to kind of stay relevant, and I want to win contests. I want to be involved with good movies, and it's getting a lot harder. There's some serious talent out there.
Julian Wilson has returned home from Tahiti. He's made the trip back to Coolum Beach, Queensland to spend a precious few days between contests visiting his family.
To just come home with my girlfriend and have 3 days at home and recharge the batteries and not be constantly thinking about what goes on tour. It's really special. My eldest brother, Seb, and his fiancée, Cara, have just had a baby, my parents' first grandchild, and yeah, I've just become an uncle, so there's a lot of warmth around the home at the moment. It's good.
It's so great to see how exciting it is for him to come home. It's the happiest I've ever seen him is when he's home here, and that's why I love being around.
It always feels warm to come home after doing well, and you know, anytime I do well, it's pretty big news in this little town. So, and if I come home and I haven't been doing well, give myself a kick up the butt and go out there and represent this little town that I'm from.
He's very grateful for what he's been given through surfing, and he's very passionate about it, and it's all he knows, but he represents his family and Australia well, and yeah, I admire him for that.
Back in Sydney, Taj Burrow is using some valuable downtime to play a game of tennis with some friends.
I pass through Sydney so regularly. It's kind of like a bit of a hub for every bit of travel I do. Western Australia is the most isolated city in the world. Yeah, a lot of my best friends live here as well, so it's always fun to stop in and hang out with them, mess around, play a bit of tennis, whatever.
Well done!
I love to come home and just recharge. I mean, it's good to catch up with them because I don't see them for most of the year. Just to do a couple of days with them, just hanging out and just being fools.
Great tennis going down.
Not that good.
What's the score? Not that great.
Wouldn't say it's that good.
You're playing incredible.
Yeah, just one more set, I guess.
We'll get on the back foot big time. Shh, there's a mic there.
Oh, so fun. Only because we won. That's 2 times I beat you at tennis now, isn't it? In the last month? I guess we've got to go train now, even though that'd almost be considered a training session.
The next stop for Burrow is a training session with Johnny Gannon, who has been helping with the Tour veterans' fitness for the past 6 years.
He's got a lot better getting into the gym or getting him to do a session. He's aware that he has to do that now to stay at the level that these guys are at. There's a lot of good young guys coming up through the ranks.
I think training for me, it makes me feel more confident. Yeah, I just didn't used to look after myself on tour at all. And he turned it around a lot for me.
Today's session, we're going to do a little bit of mobility work, which is really good for surfing and bottom turns, and a little bit of core work at the end.
There's no way you won't rip out trestles after you do this set. That's what he's saying. Getting off the plane yesterday, felt a bit jet lagged. Definitely doing this little session. I think it brings you back for sure.
Warmed up for the main set. Glutes on, rib cage connected. Chest up, 4. We just got back from Tahiti and we lived on the Tahitian diet. There's a lot of rice and bread. And now we just try and work it off and get fit for trestles. Glutes on, go through that firing up sequence before you go. Training for surfing is a little bit different to other sports because if the waves are good, we pull back on the training a little bit. There's no exercise in the gym that'll ever replicate riding a wave. All the hips, extend the hips. Drive through the glutes.
Oh, fuck, that one.
Yeah, control that movement down. One more set, mate. 5, good.
A few more once you stop.
Yeah, you went well. As I was saying, we're sort of both jet lagged, so it's good to get it out of the way, get a little sweat up and move, and it'd probably help recovery.
I can't credit him enough for how much he's really done for me, because just prolonging my career, I don't think I'd be as healthy as I am now. Without him, no way.
As the countdown period to the Hurley Pro Trestles commences, after very different results at the last contest, both surfers take stock of what has gone before. But with surfing fans savoring recent memories of an epic event in the South Pacific, the surfers focus on what it's going to take to maintain momentum through a grueling next stage on the World Tour. For Burrow, the ups and downs continue. He must set aside the disappointment of Tahiti and look to satisfy his hunger to win in California. For Wilson, he still has much to prove to himself and those close to him. After a rethinking of his approach to competitive life on the World Tour, his ambitions remain high and his aim true. As for the present, the recharging and the work continues. What the near future holds, only one thing is certain: the Hurley Pro is ahead, and both surfers have it in their sights. Next time on 21 Days.
I've got boards in a lot of places, so mainly WA. I've got all my boards at home, and then I've got a bunch here at Johnny's house. This next to, look, this is his bedroom, and I've got boards all around it, so I've got to get a few out of his life.
You know at Trestles if you're on top of your game or not. There's no blaming anything else except for yourself out there.